I'm James, and welcome back to Storytime with James. Make sure you like, subscribe, and leave me a comment if you like. All right, this one's called How Did You End Up in the Philippines? Yes, man, it's a long story, but I'm going to try to break it down for you. Look, I was working every day, 7 days a week, no days off. I was like a machine, you know. And plus I was doing my art classes too. So I had to splash that in with it, doing my art classes, working, then doing my art classes. So, I was posting a lot of art online. Okay, so I was posting a lot of art. I was posting on Facebook, Instagram, and Black Planet. Yeah, Black Planet. So I was getting a lot of comments and stuff like that on the sites that I posted my art on, and people was liking it and stuff like that. And I would direct them to my website, okay? So, as I was doing this, then I started wanting to get away from here, you know. So I was planning on going to Mexico, okay? Planning on going to Mexico. But it was during the pandemic, so I said forget it. Forget Mexico, you know. So I was checking my posts one day, checking my posts on Instagram, Facebook, and stuff like that. And then I got to Black Planet, and this young lady liked several of my pieces, several of my pieces. And one of them, she said she really liked one of them. She typed it in. She liked. So I said, oh, and I looked at a picture on there, and I must admit I was attracted. I was attracted to her. So I told her to go to my website to see more. Okay? Go to my website to see more. She said, okay, but we kept typing to each other, asking each other questions. How old are you? And stuff like that. Do you got any kids? And stuff like that. So we just stopped texting back and forth. Before we got off, I asked her for a number. Okay? So we can continue our conversation. Well, she gave me her number, but unfortunately, it was an international number. So I couldn't call it. I tried and tried. I couldn't call it. So then I got back on the site and I typed to her. I said, man, do you have Facebook? She said, yes, I got Facebook. So we got on Messenger and began talking for hours and hours. Ever since. Then I told her I want to come see her. I want to come see her. But at first I thought she was in Texas. But then she told me she was in the Philippines. Right. And by then it was 2021. Okay. Pandemic time. And there was no way I could make it. So we continued chatting through Messenger. Then in 2022, they lifted the travel restrictions. Yes. So I could go to the Philippines. I could go to the Philippines to see it. So I took a month off of work. Took a month off. And then I boarded my flight. 8,000 miles away. My first time overseas. Man, I must admit, it was a little scary at first, but after I got in the air, it was cool, you know. Anyway, when I landed in Manila, it was hot and stuff like that. I had all my bags and stuff. And then I saw her for the first time in real life. See, before I only saw her through video calls and stuff like that, or pictures that we were sending back and forth to each other. But I saw her in real life, and she was beautiful. She was beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
And we had a ball for a whole month. A whole month. But then, unfortunately, it was time to go. And I was saddened. I was really sad that day. It was time to go. And she was sad too. So I said, man, I don't want to leave. I don't want to go. I don't want to go back. Because I had a feeling of well-being there in the Philippines. Everything lifted off me. When I first stepped in Manila, it seemed like everything was just floating off of me. Worries, care, everything, you know. So, man. So, after that, man, I got on the plane and flew back. Flew back. But by then, I knew that I wanted to marry her then, you know. So, then I went back and then we got married, you know. But before that, we found out she was pregnant. So I knew I wanted to get married then because I didn't want my son to be born out of wedlock, you know. So we got married then, and we've been married ever since. Now it's 2025, you know. So our anniversary coming up in March. So yeah. And ever since I went that first time, the Philippines bit me. It bit me. So that's it. Now I just keep going back and going back and going back, you know. After that, uh, after that, I went back another time for another month, you know. Then I went back again that same year for 4 months. So it's getting crazy, man. So that's how I ended up in the Philippines. It was because of my Filipina that I happened to meet. A chance had happened to meet. See, I could have, if she like my something of mine, she liked it. I could have just said, just blew it off like the rest of the people, you know, blew it off, you know. But I don't know what happened, man. I guess it was fate, you know. I guess it was meant for us to meet each other, you know. So, yep. After that, I've been going back to the Philippines every time I get a chance. Mm-hmm. Yep, every time I get a chance, then I go back to the Philippines. Yep. All right, you guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, and leave me a comment if you like. And hit that bell notification. Hit that bell notification so that you know every time I drop another video. And share, share, share. Share my videos with your family. Share my videos with your friends. Share my videos with your loved ones. And even share it with your enemies. Peace. Adios. Salamat.